learning from your past traumatic experiences. Hello all you beautiful souls out there in my social media family. How are you doing today? My name's Chris and I'm here to help you find your happiness. In today's video, we're going to be discussing learning from your past experiences. Now, one of the things for me in the past was very difficult to really process was all of the things that happened to me in such a short amount of time. And that really caused me to repeat a lot of cycles because I wasn't taking the time to really allow those feelings to pass through. And in doing so, it caused me a lot of frustration because I couldn't figure out why I just couldn't move on. And what I noticed very, I don't want to say quickly, but because I didn't notice it for a while, but what I noticed is that by not taking the time to learn from those past traumatic experiences, I kept repeating the cycles over and over again, and to the point where it just led me down the spiral that I couldn't break free from. And one of the things, once I started my healing journey, that really helped me to be able to heal was taking each one of those past traumatic experiences and trying to figure out what I was supposed to learn from it. Because one of the things is that I want you to know is that we are spiritual beings in a human body. It's not the other way around. We're not, we're here as a spiritual being having a human experience, not a human being trying to have a spiritual experience. And once you realize that, you can really start to turn around your perspective on the way that you view things. And that was what I was able to do. So what I did is I started to take each of the individual traumatic experiences that happened to me, and I started really analyzing it and saying, okay, what was it within me, not the other person? And that's one of the things also that it's very, if you haven't seen my video on the importance of focusing on yourself, please take a minute to go back and watch that. I'll try to link that at the end of the video here somewhere for you. But again, one of the things that I was able to do is once I really started to focus on what did I do to cause those situations, that is when I was really able to go, oh, that's when the epiphanies came. That's when the real understanding came. And that is what, if you're familiar with the law of attraction, that is very important because we understand that like attracts like. So what I was able to do is take each experience, like I was mentioning earlier, and I'll give you an example. So for example, like with my ex-wife, okay? Now, I love her to death as the mother of my kids. She's one of the most amazing people that I've ever met and always will be an amazing mother to my kids. But what I learned from that is as we grew apart, there were things that I was also doing that were causing us to grow further and further apart. And so once I sat there and analyzed it, I realized very quickly that it was because I didn't love, respect, and accept who I was. And again, you'll see if you watch that video about focusing on yourself, that's where I really go deep into that. So again, by taking the time to learn from your traumatic experiences is what's going to help you stop the cycles that are continuously repeating. Now, you may not notice them right away because for me, the cycles took quite some time. Like the first very traumatic experience I had was roughly when I was like 22, 23 years old. The next one didn't happen until like I was in my late 20s. And then the next one happened when I was in my 40s. And so you can see that the distance between each of those traumatic experiences was further apart because of the fact that I was able to kind of sort of learn from the previous one, so to speak. But until I really was broken, I mean like broken. And this video is for all of you, those of you out there who are really feeling broken about what has happened to you in the recent past or the further distant past. And one of the things that you'll realize, okay, is that once you can learn the lesson and figure out what the mistakes were that you made that caused those things to happen, okay, is when the healing really starts, is when the cycles stop happening. And for me, one of the things that I realized, okay, through the traumatic experiences that happened to me after I was divorced, okay, was that I didn't remove myself from situations sooner when I started seeing the red flags. And that's because I'm a very giving person, I'm a very understanding person, and I really, you know, again, I used to think that my job was to fix people. So when things started happening and I saw how easy it was that they could, you know, remove those things that they were doing, I was like, started focusing on what they were doing rather than what I was doing, and realizing that the best thing for me was to remove myself from the situations and not allow them to get worse the way they did when I stayed there. So I really want to encourage you to analyze those things that have hurt you, whether it's caused you resentment, whether it's caused you regret, whether it's caused you depression, whatever it is, those things that have caused you those things in your life. Analyze those things, and from what you were doing, not from what the other person was doing, because blaming is easy. Taking responsibility for your actions in those situations is the difficult part, but that's when the magic happens. And so I really encourage you to be able to do that, so that way you can start experiencing all of the joy and happiness that I've experienced after doing just that. All right, everybody, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, and please, please, please share this with somebody who you think might benefit from it, because we never know when the right words from the right person will hit somebody at the right time and help them find their happiness. Until next time, I'm sending you all much love. All of you have a phenomenal day, and I'll see you in the next video.